close to it. He keeps going.
And Pedraza opening up on Davis along the ropes.
You can't even see who it is. Hey, who is the dude? Who is the dude?
Gervonta "Tank" Davis, with an undefeated record of 30-0, is preparing for his next fight, determined to extend his winning streak. It doesn't matter if his opponent is a champion from a lower weight class or someone he has already defeated twice in the amateurs. Tank is focused on one goal: dominating his opponent. He's training in the most intense way possible, making sure nothing gets in the way of his plans. Tank Davis is ready to add another victory to his flawless record, and his next opponent is someone he's very familiar with, or as some might say, a familiar victim.
Spartans! What is your profession?
And Pedraza opening up on Davis along the ropes.
Some fans might criticize Gervonta "Tank" Davis for choosing easier opponents or avoiding tougher challenges. However, his skill and power are undeniable and are clear for everyone in the boxing world to see. With the recent release of his training footage, Tank shows once again why he's a force to be reckoned with. While many have argued that his knockout power could take him all the way to middleweight, his career is not just about power. He also has the skills to back it up. He demonstrated this clearly during his training sessions. A common criticism of Gervonta "Tank" Davis is that he sometimes loses the early rounds of his fights, as he takes time to study his opponent. This could be a problem if he faces a more skilled fighter. As always, Tank's training focuses on building his power, but this time he's also added exercises to improve his muscle flexibility, strength, and endurance. In a recent training video, he was seen doing bodyweight exercises, stretches, and push-ups. Tank, a lightweight world champion, has struggled with making weight a few times during his career. To avoid a repeat of his last fight, when he missed his grand arrival because he was busy jogging and trying to shed pounds, he's working harder to stay on track with his weight.
Spartans! What is your profession?
But because of Pedraza's strategy he's 5-0 over 12-round fights. Davis never...
After completing his bodyweight exercises, the world champion moved on to the heavy bag, testing his punching power. He then did some sparring with an unknown partner before taking a short break. When he returned, he addressed the camera, saying he would give everything on March 1st. His speed, strength, confidence, and skill are enough to make Lamont Roach think twice about taking the fight. Tank Davis is a true American superstar. With a remarkable 30-0 record, his quick hands and lightning-fast speed have earned him comparisons to the legendary Floyd Mayweather, who was also his mentor. But Tank doesn't just rely on speed, he also has devastating punching power that makes him a serious threat in the ring.
Pedraza scoring now with the combination.
They're both talking to each other.
Gervonta Davis is back in the gym getting ready for his upcoming fight with Lamont Roach, which is now set for March 1st. New footage has surfaced showing Tank in the ring training with his team. In the video, he impresses everyone as he works the pads with his training partner, showcasing his incredible speed. Tank delivered quick, sharp punches at an astonishing rate, leaving fans amazed. His hand speed is truly something special, and fans were quick to react. One person wrote, "Simply incredible," while another commented, "He is just on another level, so talented." One fan pointed out something impressive that many may not have noticed. Gervonta "Tank" Davis is a natural southpaw, but in the video, he's training in an orthodox stance. His foot placement and movement show just how much of a unique talent he really is. Fans couldn't help but predict how his next fight might go, with one person writing, "Tank versus Roach isn't going to last very long." Another viewer commented, "He looks fight ready now." Tank only fought once in 2024, when he defeated Frank Martin with another explosive knockout in the 9th round. That victory was his only fight since his breakout win over fellow superstar Ryan Garcia in April, where Tank delivered a sensational knockout that solidified his place as one of the sport's top stars.
Shots are being blocked by the guard of Pedraza.
Yeah, but we don't have
for Gervonta "Tank" Davis. 2023 is shaping up to be his final year in the ring, and he's giving everything he's got to make sure his exit from boxing is nothing short of legendary. His intense training shows just how serious he is about making this chapter of his career unforgettable. Lamont Roach, however, doesn't appear to have the tools to handle the best Tank Davis has to offer. Roach's recent trash talk and posts on social media might just be a way of hiding his nerves ahead of their fight. The two fighters have exchanged words online before, and this time is no different. The WBA super featherweight champion Roach took a jab at the undefeated Davis on his Instagram story, keeping the tension high leading into their upcoming matchup.
Roach?
Nah, not yet. I'm just trying to focus on him right now. And then once we get him out the way, then we can,
Speaking of other title holders in the division, we know you were close to the Lomachenko fight. Shakur Stevenson's.
Lamont Roach posted a selfie of himself with the caption, "I'm now off to the gym, man. You are cool like how you are cool." In the post, he claimed that while Tank Davis was busy with pointless stunts online, he would be in the gym training. Tank didn't let that slide. He reposted Roach's story with the message, "Laugh now, your son is going to be crying later," sending a clear warning that Roach would regret his trash talk come March 1st. Tank then got a little personal, adding, "And you better not be over there with a pretty girl, because you know what's left behind when the crowd leaves, the women," taking a dig at the 29-year-old. As the back and forth continued, the insults became more personal. Roach fired back with another selfie, this time with a caption of his own.
What are your thoughts on that fight?
No thoughts.
Do you have a prediction on how that fight would play out?
Don't care.
We know that you got off of Twitter.
You got to either move your head or you got to catch and shoot off there. You can't just catch it.
Lamont Roach responded with a post saying, "Your man is back at it again, lol. Stay focused, champ. I'm working. Worry about them little angels you've got, not what boys are doing to other boys." He advised Tank to stay focused on his training. Given the way this online feud is unfolding, both fighters would be better off putting their energy into their workouts rather than continuing this back and forth. It seems like Tank Davis also regretted getting involved in the online drama. After the exchanges, the Baltimore native took to his X account and expressed his remorse over the situation. He wrote, "I'm a low-key type of guy. This being in the public eye is killing me, fam." Tank admitted that he rarely gets caught up in online battles and that it makes him feel very uncomfortable.
We know that you were an interested observer on the Netflix event, Paul versus Tyson. Your thoughts, is Jake Paul someone you'd want to take on at one point?
The 30-0 boxer opened up further, saying, "I'm not chasing any image at all, nor am I chasing a female. I'm a Gucci away from all this stuff." He made it clear that he isn't interested in fame, expressing that he's happy with his life and family and keeps his desires in check. This confession echoes his earlier retirement announcement, where he said he had started to dislike boxing and just wanted to spend more time with his family. "After next year, I'm out of it. Yeah, out of this sport. This stuff's trash, garbage. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with the whole thing," Tank had said at the time. Despite his earlier frustrations, Tank has put all his doubts aside for his upcoming fight at the Barclays Center. He's now focused on the battle and was even spotted with a fresh new ponytail look. The renewed intensity from this online exchange has excited fans, but many would prefer that Tank let his performance in the ring speak for itself, as he has done throughout his career.
It's a piece to not to just start slow too, and not let him see my shit, and just see who's gonna win these first bullshit rounds, because I'm not gonna give you none of my shit. I'm gonna put my dick on the line today. I'm gonna bullshit the first 3 rounds just like you.
Just misses with that laser left. And it appears...
According to Boxing News 24, Gervonta Davis is already focusing on his fitness and is close to making weight for his upcoming title defense. This fight marks the beginning of his path toward retirement. In a recent conversation with Plaz for the Laboratory Show, promoter Leonard Ellerby shared that he understands Davis's decision and the journey he's on. Leonard Ellerby spoke about Gervonta Davis's retirement announcement, explaining that things change when you have children. "It completely changes your life," he said. Davis now sees things in a different light compared to 6 or 7 years ago. If Davis says he's retiring, then that's what it is. Ellerby emphasized that life is about more than just your job. While you respect the fans who pay to watch you fight, you also have a life outside of boxing. Fans may want you to keep going, but they often don't consider your health in the long run. Ellerby described boxing as a brutal sport where many past fighters have been taken advantage of in various ways and faced health issues later in life. Ellerby continued, saying that many past boxers have faced serious health problems, including permanent damage. He understands the mindset of wanting to leave your mark in the sport and then walk away, but everyone has different opinions and life goals. After some uncertainty, the March 1st fight between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. is officially back on track. On January 5th, Davis shocked everyone by announcing on his Instagram story that the highly anticipated fight would be canceled. This sent fans into a frenzy, as many were eager to see the Baltimore native back in the ring, despite their concerns. The upcoming fight has already been postponed twice by PBC, and with Gervonta Davis announcing that 2025 will be his final year in boxing, a cancellation would be a big disappointment for fans. However, it looks like things are back on track, as the two fighters have been trading comments online to build excitement for the matchup. Although the fight has generated a lot of buzz, it doesn't seem like the WBA lightweight champion Davis is a fan of the online back and forth. What makes this fight interesting is that while both fighters are world champions, they fight in different weight classes. This means that, even though they're both champions, this fight won't be for a unified world title. Lamont Roach, as a world champion, brings something unique to the table that many of Davis's recent opponents haven't had: size. Davis is used to fighting against bigger opponents who, in hopes of landing a title shot and a big payday, often drain themselves to make weight and end up underperforming. That won't be the case with Lamont Roach, who is moving up to the 135 lb lightweight division, where Davis currently competes.
Nigga, fuck is you hating for, bro? Every time you see me, it's what up, shawty, is that, and you know how you talk. Fuck is you talking about, bro? I'm really him. I bring any type of smoke to anything in my way. Fuck is you talking about? I am him in that ring.
Lamont Roach is expected to look in top form on fight night, much better than fighters like Frank Martin, Ryan Garcia, and many of Davis's recent opponents, who seemed like they were struggling to make weight. However, despite this potential advantage, there are some concerns surrounding the fight. The boxing world is usually buzzing with anticipation to see what Gervonta Davis will do next, but when it was announced that he would be facing Lamont Roach in December, many fans were disappointed. Roach is a solid fighter, but he's not a big-name star and doesn't have many high-profile wins. Fans were hoping for a showdown with fighters like Shakur Stevenson, Vasyl Lomachenko, or even Devin Haney. Of course, making these mega fights happen involves plenty of details and negotiations, which are never easy.
It's going through your mind. What did you say to yourself? You had to say something to yourself when you seen the card.
I mean, I probably thought about, the fact that when I fought the last time I fought him.
I don't know if it's going to be the right game plan long haul, but the interesting thing to me is Pedraza's.
There's been growing talk among fans that Davis may be taking it easy lately, avoiding big challenges and not pushing himself too hard. When a social media user pointed this out, Davis responded, defending his choices. The user had posted a question wondering if 2025 would finally be the year Davis faces real competition. The post also brought up his age when looking at his past opponents. Interestingly, both Davis and Lamont Roach, who are both 29, have faced each other twice in their amateur careers. First, at the Regional Junior Olympics, then again at the National Championship.
We're gonna get the face of boxing, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, December 14th in Houston, Texas. How you feeling about this fight?
I feel good.
Nice right uppercut on the inside and then to the body. Davis opening up on Pedraza.
Davis and Roach are no strangers to each other, having fought twice in the amateurs. They are both well aware of each other's skills and tricks. However, Roach believes he should have won at least one of their two matchups. Speaking about their past fights during an interview with Broadway Joel, Roach explained, "I fought Gervonta Davis twice in the amateurs and I lost both times. The first one was a bit questionable. Both fights are on YouTube, so you can go watch them yourself." Hem.
Good, man. Same old, same old.
Lamont and Tank have history. What can you tell us about their history and how that's gonna play into the fight come fight night?
Lamont Roach went on to explain, "I fought Gervonta Davis twice in the amateurs, and I lost both times. But the first one was a bit of a robbery. You can watch both fights on YouTube. The first one was in Baltimore, his hometown, and the second was at the Nationals where he beat me in the championship, so he won gold." The host pointed out that the first fight seemed more questionable than the second, and Roach agreed. He then recalled that the first fight took place in Baltimore at the Regional Junior Olympics. He shared, My dad sent the tape to USA Boxing, and after reviewing it, they offered me a spot at Nationals.
History and how that's gonna play into the fight, come fight night.
They got amateur history. They fought maybe 2 or 3 times. Tank being the winner.
So Davis with plenty of time left here, not even midway through this first round.
As luck would have it, both Roach and Davis made it to the finals, setting up their second meeting. Unfortunately, the result stayed the same. Roach explained, "They decided to give me a grant to go to Nationals. We both made it to Nationals and we fought for the championship. He beat me in the championship, so he won gold, and I took home silver that year."
Well, y'all know we in camp, we training and whatnot, right? And I've been like, how would I say, pushing the button, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we've been gone for so long.
The Washington native finished his amateur career with an impressive record of 125 wins and 15 losses, and quickly made a name for himself in the professional boxing world. Now, he is set to face Davis for the third time. Despite growing criticism about the matchup, Calvin Ford, Davis's trainer, has stood by the decision to fight Roach.
They sparred a few times. Tank got the best of the sparring. They just bigger and stronger now, you know? Older.
Now, it's some...
Not even midway through this first round.
In a conversation with Fight Hype, Ford explained their past encounters, noting that the two fighters go way back. He pointed out that Davis and Roach have known each other since their amateur days, including competing in the Silver Gloves. Ford added that Roach agreed to take the fight, which played a role in moving the negotiations forward. He emphasized that the fight is also beneficial for the community, and that's why it made sense to go with Roach.
Heard out there that Lamont say, you know, he got some film that don't make Tank look too good. What could that? How could that affect, you know, the outcome on December 14th?
Shit, man. Tank last 4 or 5 opponents all had film about how they beat him up.
Ford believes the fight will be interesting because Roach isn't afraid of getting into exchanges and will come to fight. Even though Roach is known as a skilled boxer, fans may have a different opinion. This will be the third time the World Boxing Association, WBA, champion has chosen to defend his title against someone from a lower weight class. It remains to be seen if Roach will be able to use the knowledge and experience from their past matchups to his advantage.
That's a real good fight. I would love to see that. That's a scrappy. That'd be a scrappy fight.
Hey, give me how you compare the styles.
Good left hand right out of the box. Very strong, another good.
The recent training footage of Gervonta "Tank" Davis brings to mind an earlier moment when Calvin Ford had to step in and speak on Tank's behalf. This was after Tank missed the grand arrival for his last fight. Ford took the opportunity to apologize to the fans, explaining the situation and putting out the fire of disappointment that had started to build up, as the arrival was delayed by about 90 minutes.
Well, we back in business, y'all. You know, we've been waiting for this for a while. It's been a while since we've been in the ring. So we just want to come out and put on a great performance for the fans. It's all about the fans at the end of the day. Well,
Calvin Ford explained that Tank Davis couldn't make it to the scheduled grand arrival on time due to some delays, but reassured fans that Tank would make it up to them on fight night. Ford promised fans that they'd get to see an amazing performance from Davis. Earlier, Tank had shared on X, formerly Twitter, that the promotion for the fight felt like nonsense and jokingly added that he might not even show up to the arrival event. During the previous hour and a half, fans were asked by reporter Kinsey Wansky who they were there to see. While some had come to see David Benavidez ahead of his fight with Alexander Gvajiak, the majority of fans were there for Davis, and excitement for him took over the lobby. Ford echoed the fans' excitement, saying, "We are back in business. We've been waiting for this for a while," referring to Davis's first fight in 14 months.
Especially that it's about momentum. And when it comes to Gervonta Davis, I don't think you can have more momentum than coming into this matchup because of what he was able to do, especially during last year's super fight against Ryan Garcia. Since that...
Another good left hand. His last 2 fights have lasted less than a round.
Calvin Ford shared that his goal is to ensure Tank Davis delivers an amazing performance for the fans. He admitted that watching Tank train in camp sometimes worries him because of how intense and focused he is. Ford mentioned how Tank seems to listen to everything happening around him, paying attention to conversations, and staying completely focused when it's time to step into the ring.
All right, well, I know he's very focused, but you have an update on Gervonta Davis in regards to his status for today.
I want to apologize to the fans that he can't make it at this moment because he's been delayed.
When asked about the challenge posed by Detroit's Frank Martin, Calvin Ford emphasized the seriousness of the fight. He explained that it's a different kind of matchup and that people should never underestimate Frank. Ford pointed out how Martin has already shown his potential, both at the press conference and throughout his journey as a rising star in boxing. Ford wants fans to leave the arena or turn off their TVs thinking that was one of the best, most classic fights we've seen in a long time. And that's it for now. For the latest updates on boxing news, events, and exciting moments, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications. Don't miss out on future quality content like this. Until next time, peace out.